I'm going to live.
As I said previously, Isaac and Hector are my favorite characters in Castlevania. I do, however, think Isaac takes the cake. Isaac is a character who bleeds intricacy. He is in no means a simple character, and when it comes to finishing up talking about his story, there are two scenes which must be discussed. We will get into those in a bit, but first let's talk about Isaac's journey. And hey, if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, as I have a lot more coming. With that out of the way, Isaac. Isaac is a character defined by his loyalty, a character defined by his need to understand the world. Isaac's journey can symbolize that of everybody's story, to find where they fit in this world. Just like Isaac, we are all searching for a purpose. We all want to understand what it is we were put on this earth to do. And no, I'm not talking about destiny or the will of a creator. I mean, most of us aren't happy with just existing. Most of us want to find something that can define our existence, something that stabs the flag into the ground and says, I was here. And that's all Isaac's story is about. Of course, it begins a bit differently. In Season 2, we see Isaac as the example of loyalty. He does not do what is best for himself. He does what is best for Dracula. His purpose, his existence, is all to serve Dracula. Don't think that Isaac doesn't have his personal stake in the matter, though, because he does. He follows Dracula because they share a common goal. They both want to eradicate humanity. Isaac feels Dracula's pain. Isaac understands it and believes that Dracula is the best individual to carry this task out. For the most part in Season 2, Isaac is a pretty static character. He doesn't change, he doesn't learn, he doesn't grow until he is forced to part ways with Dracula. And this resembles an 18-year-old finally moving out into the world on their own. Isaac has no purpose of his own. He simply wanders through the desert lost, wanting to return to Dracula so that their plans may continue. But in his journey, Isaac begins to learn the struggles of the world. He really begins to see humanity for what it is. This is where he meets one of the most important characters towards his growth. The captain lays out what it means to be human, and he lays out what it means to have power. Do you murder everyone for the sake of their sins, or do you teach them to be better with the power that you wield? Isaac takes this to heart as it influences a lot of the decisions he comes to make in Season 4. Isaac has begun to show a new understanding for this world. He has begun to carve his own path independent of what Dracula had wanted. And that leads us into the first of the two most important dialogues we get in Season 4 from Isaac. It all begins with Fly Eyes asking Isaac what is their purpose in this town. Isaac simply wants to clean up the town so that the next humans who find it may have a place presentable enough to live. Not only that, but he wants to show his respect to the victims of this town. Isaac shows a greater understanding for human life than he did in the previous two seasons. He is no longer bound by what is and isn't supposed to be, as he questions what the purpose of a night creature is to Fly Eyes, quoting that you can use a hammer to build a house or to crack a skull. Nothing in life only serves one purpose, and the one major thing to take from this dialogue is that Isaac doesn't know. He doesn't even feign to know, but he wants to know. He needs to know, and he plans on finding out. This, of course, is at the start of Season 4, so that anger from the previous season still exists, and won't cease to end until he stands face to face with Hector. Next, however, we are treated to a monologue, which gives us more information into this sudden change within Isaac. The old wizard that Isaac had to kill at the end of Season 3 was the first kill that Isaac felt was just. The first kill that he felt made a positive change to the world. He enjoyed that feeling. And this ties back into the talk he had with the captain. This is what leads him to understanding his own purpose and forsaking revenge. And this leads us to that final important dialogue between Isaac and Hector. As we begin to really understand Isaac's change, when he forgives Hector after this long journey that all began with a vengeance in his mind, devoting himself to Dracula, he has forgiven Hector and truly understands what Dracula wanted, saying that he and Hector have been children, and it is time that they grow up. That it is time to define their own path. Once Isaac has defeated Carmilla, he returns to continue this conversation with Hector. Isaac states his resolve to move forward and to change the world. He wants to play his part in the future to come, to make it a better place. He has found his resolve to continue living his own life. And that is the story of Isaac, how he changed from the tool of others into that which wields a tool. I know I have given a lot of focus to both of our Forge Masters, but there is a reason for that. Both Hector and Isaac, even with their powers, are the most human. They are the easiest to relate to on some scale, and that's what makes them the easiest to talk about. It's easy to see myself in both of these characters, as I'm sure it's the same for you. We will most definitely take a look into some other characters in this series, as these two stories have come to a close. But let me know who your favorite characters are. Let me know what you like about Hector and Isaac. And for any of those who may have noticed, there is now a join button down below, and that is for the new community. It's similar to Patreon, monthly subscription. You do not have to pay for it. I'm not saying you have to. You can, of course, just be here to enjoy the content. But if you'd like to go the extra mile to show some support for the channel, I would very much appreciate it. Otherwise, same as always, if you like the video, like, subscribe, share, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time it is for you.